audience here. This is my sister Nicole. This is the one and only lovely Grace Kravita.
Are you serious?
What do Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and Alex Rodriguez all have in common? Well, yes, they are some of the top sluggers to ever come through the game of baseball. But did they do it all on their own? All three of those men used performance-enhancing drugs, also known as PEDs, and it took the game of baseball to a whole new level. Professional baseball players are constantly trying to find a way to gain an edge over other players. Today I'll be talking to you about the history of PEDs, then moving on to what performance-enhancing drugs do to you, then finishing with the consequences that come with them. In 1998, Mark McGwire hit an astonishing 70 home runs in a single season, shattering the previous record. A few years earlier, there was a player named Jose Canseco, who was known as the godfather of steroids. In Canseco's 2005 book, Juiced, Wild Times, Rampant Roids, Smash Hits, and How Baseball Got Big, Canseco claimed he introduced McGwire and other stars to steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. After Canseco started introducing players to steroids, a new era came to the MLB known as the steroid era, which, according to ESPN.com, was from the late 1980s to the early 2000s. So what's the big deal about these steroids? Well, basically steroids help promote the growth of muscle tissue, helping you stay in the weight room longer. Also, you recover much faster, so you can train more frequently. Although this drug sounds amazing and everything, there are some pretty serious side effects that come with them, including increased chances of heart attacks and strokes, lowered sperm count and shrinking of the testicles, and dramatic mood swings known as roid rage. Anabolic steroids are abused within Major League Baseball, and players can even become addicted to them, wanting to get bigger and bigger. Players using performance-enhancing drugs can see dramatic physical changes to their body. Time.com shows the weight of Barry Bonds changed from 185 pounds in 1995 to 228 pounds in 2001. As you can see, these drugs produce results, but what are the consequences? As steroid use became known in the MLB, they started randomized drug testing, and severe penalties were issued to those who tested positive. Luckily for Mark McGwire, he was never tested, so he made it through his career clean. But many players were caught, including Jose Canseco, Barry Bonds, and New York Yankees slugger Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez received a 162-game suspension, along with over 100 other players receiving suspensions for PEDs as well. Other players like Barry Bonds or Roger Clemens would have been inducted into the Hall of Fame had they not been caught using steroids during their career. Every single year, players are trying to find a way around drug tests administered by the Major League Baseball, but they always seem to fail. Performance-enhancing drugs can help players become more successful, but they, in most cases, end up ruining their careers. Gaining that edge on other players does not come easy. That is why many have resorted to using these performance-enhancing drugs. Today we went over the history of PEDs, then talked about some of the effects of steroids, and finished up with the penalties of getting caught. So remember, next time you're trying to gain an edge on your opponent, do it the right way and do not cheat. Thank you.